screen. High flip shot back behind his head. Passes left to Cranford on the wing. Gonna take it all the way.
Oh my goodness!
Jeremy Clayton.
Mountaineer basketball with Houston Fancher. Brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Blue Ridge Electric, your local electric co-op. Skyline SkyBest, the official long-distance provider of the Appalachian Sports Network. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, your plan for better health. Here's head coach Houston Fancher and the voice of the Mountaineers, David Jackson.
Welcome into another episode of Mountaineer Basketball with Houston Fancher. David Jackson joined by the head coach of the Mountaineers. We come to you today from right inside the ASU locker room where Coach, you just finished out a 3-game homestand with some great wins that started in this room, took it out onto the floor. Your team really rolling well right now.
Well, they are playing well, and it was good for us to be able to make sure we took care of things at home. We had to take care of our business in our house so that we could go on the road and put ourselves in a position to stay in first place. 3
South Division teams that we'll show you highlights of today. First, starting back middle of last week against a Furman Paladin squad that's one of the more veteran teams of the league, and it seemed like your team was really able to pull away in winning time with some efficiency down the stretch.
Well, we worked ourselves into a position where we were 7 down in the second half, but you really never saw panic in our team. They were able to maintain some composure. Then we were able to go on an 18-0 run that really put the game out of reach.
We'll show you highlights of the ASU game against the Citadel that it'll seem like all the points in the season were scored. That's because they almost were. A great effort by your team offensively in that game, and with a high point total, sometimes you forget about defense, but that was exceptional as well.
It was, and that's you know, and we carried over to the Charleston game where our defense was something that I thought was exemplary for us.
And the Mountaineers finish out the Low Country sweep ×2, beating College of Charleston in here Monday night. And Coach, that another game, a great matchup at the point guard between Dante Draper and DJ Thompson. Excellent defense by your team on Draper all night long.
It was, and I thought we really swarmed well.
We'll take a look at highlights of all 3 of those games. Big week for the Mountaineers. We'll also talk about bracket busters a little bit there as well, as the Mountaineers now know their opponent for that February 17th matchup. Don't go anywhere. Mountaineer Basketball with Houston Fancher coming back right after this.
Electric co-ops don't just generate power. They generate ideas. We also share them. At your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we never stop thinking of ways to help everyone be more energy efficient. New technologies to improve reliability. Opportunities that can benefit us all. We know a single idea can spark hundreds. With all those ideas coming into contact, we can create solutions to whatever challenges come our way.
With SkyBest Internet service, you get more than just a connection to the web and an email address. You get the very best in service in the high country as well as several extras. By going to skybest.com, you can pay your telephone, long distance, and internet bills online. SkyBest also offers email filtering services to protect you from annoying junk mail. Then there's access to the e-classroom, allowing you to take classes right on your computer. Visit any one of our 4 high country customer service centers or call us today to sign up for SkyBest dial-up internet service for only $19.95 a month.
I used to eat 3 pieces of fried chicken and 4 or 5 biscuits. Then I got a cholesterol check. That was my wake-up call. So I started on a plan from Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Now I walk 4 miles every morning, no fried foods whatsoever. When I got my next cholesterol check back, I went from 257 to 169. I'm really proud to have done this without medicine, but I couldn't have done it without help from my family, from my friends, and from my Blue Cross.
What makes this team a winner? It's all about training and preparation to be the best. Watch them work the upper body. Look at that precision. Some light stretching keeps them loose, and they always finish with a good steam. This Papa John's team really makes it happen.
Call your neighborhood Papa John's today. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Papa John's is proud to be the official pizza sponsor of ASU Athletics.
Welcome back to the show. The Mountaineers start off our look at their team highlights here this week with a matchup against the Furman Paladins. And, Coach, this is a team, like we mentioned at the open of the show, very veteran in nature. You knew that your team was going to have to come in and shoot the ball well because Furman possesses the ability to really score it quickly with guys like Eric Webb.
Well, they do, and they're really disciplined with their Princeton-style offense. They run a lot of back cuts and really patient on the offensive end. So you have to maximize your possessions to make sure you're efficient offensively because you are going to have to go back down and guard them on the defensive end.
Back to the Holmes Convocation Center for the Mountaineers, first of 3 straight. Let's take a look at the highlights. A series of important Southern Conference contests starts at the Holmes Convocation Center with the Furman Paladins. Early on in this one, Appalachian State using the jump shot to their advantage. Kellen Brand with the early bucket there. Furman's a team that really has some veteran leadership. Gerard Punch with that last basket. The Mountaineers going to some newcomers there as Ryan Abraham gives ASU an early bucket. Dante Mitter was a force in this game, as he normally is. Cuts the Furman lead to 2 with that last bucket, but the Paladins kept themselves alive with the outside shot. ASU would try to counter with middle penetration in this game as DJ Thompson gets the finish. He had 15 in the first half, but Furman would find their own answers inside, so ASU needed to find some defensive efficiency. They had the scoring going. You see Minter, Thompson, no matter who had it, they were able to score the basketball, but Furman was able to counter just about everything. Stanley Jones with the jumper there. Inside, Dante Minter beginning to assert some authority on the low block there for the Mountaineers. Minter had a very nice first half for ASU, 6 points, 4 boards, but there you see Furman with ball reversal and key three-point shots falling early on in the contest. DJ Thompson with penetration. He had 15 in the first half, like we mentioned, and was able to find great opportunities for the assist. He actually fed that ball to Minter, who then found the extra pass to Davis Bound. Mountaineers hanging tough early on. Musa Jine with the jumper there. Musa, one of the more intimidating players from an inside athleticism perspective, and the Mountaineers were able to match him thanks to the jump shot. Robbie Bostain cuts to the bucket there for the Paladins, who were able to maintain the lead for quite a bit of time in this one. That actually lead it at the break by 2. Second half, ASU starts to come to play. Kellen Brand with an early bucket. Eric Webb is able to answer it. The Paladins maintained a 5 to 7 point lead throughout the majority of the early portions of the second half before the Mountaineers were able to assert themselves, and it started on the defensive end. As you see Alex Opasic with the jumper there. Dante Mitter gets an inside touch for ASU. Then it's Kellen Brand running the break, and that's where ASU was able to separate themselves as they got the tempo going in this contest. It helped negate those long three-point shots from Eric Webb and the likes. DJ Thompson got hot from outside, makes it a 3-point game, 12 minutes and 35 seconds to play. Jody Jones answers, runs the lead back out to 5. Nate Cranford for 3. Cuts it back down to 2. Then it's Tony Anderson answering for the Paladins as he makes it a 5-point game. Mountaineers take it over from this point in time. Kellen Brand with a 3-point play and a key one inside there on a flip pass by Jeremy Clayton. The Mountaineers would run away from here. Ryan Abraham with an inside touch. Then Dante Mitter, great offensive follow, makes it a 3-point Mountaineer lead, about 6.5 to play. Jeremy Clayton with a nice duck in for the right side layup. Dante Mitter again, the jump shot. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. Dante cans that one to make it a 9-point basketball game. ASU would get offensive opportunities thanks to good rebounding. Jeremy Clayton with the tip in there. Robbie Bostain would try to answer things for the Furman Paladins' perspective as DJ Thompson and company really utilizing the outside shot well. Bostain with this layup here makes it a 14-point game. Cranford runs it out with a little inside play of himself there. 16 points the lead at that point in time. Appalachian would respond with a 14-point win, 77-63 over the Furman Paladins, getting some scoring late. ASU led in points by this one. DJ Thompson, 25 points, 10 of 11 at the free throw line. Dante Minter with 14 points and 8 boards in the low post. 13 points for Kellen Brand as he continues his hot scoring off the bench. Mountaineers start the homestand out on a winning note. Coach, in this particular contest, DJ Thompson really came to play from a scoring standpoint, from a distributing standpoint. He was your go-to guy again.
Well, he was, and of course, I thought Nate did a good job in the game too. Demetrius was good. Our 3 senior leaders were really good for us, but there comes a time in some games where DJ just has to take the game over for us, and I thought he did that today. Was a spark plug for us in the first half, but then really came to play in the second half.
When you look at the way that your team played that final 10 minutes from a defensive standpoint, it was truly the testament of defense leading to offense. It seemed like your offensive efficiency improved with how well you played defensively on the other end.
Which is encouraging because it's been the other way around for a number of times. Where we scored, our defense has gotten better, but this time our defense held fast and then our offense got clicking after that.
The Mountaineers with a big win over Furman that sets up the Low Country Showdown again. ASU's next 2 games against Citadel and the College of Charleston. We'll show you highlights of both of those next. You're watching Mountaineer basketball with Houston Fancher.
Don't do